Hello and welcome to another Microsoft 365 Insights video. And this one we're going to be focusing on Outlook and how Outlook integrates with your documents. So we're going to really be focusing on, sharing documents as attachments or as links. Really, links is the preferred way now to share documents, and I will explain how you can do that and why we recommend you do that. So as you can see here, I'm in Outlook. I'm in the new Outlook. So again, this is a feature of the new Outlook. If you're using the old desktop version, this will not apply to you. This is only in the modern Outlook. But what I want to do is I actually want to go and draft an email to someone externally and share a document with them. So previously, what we would have done is we would have downloaded the document, started a new email, written the email, and then attached that document. Now, that's fine. It's a process we've used for a number of years, but why we don't recommend you do that now is because by attaching that document, you're actually losing control of the document. So when you press send, a physical copy of that document is sent to the recipients. They can forward it on, they can modify it, they can do as they please with that document. So what we'd rather do is create a link and share the document via a link. We can then share that link with the recipient, but we still have access. We have control. We can cut that link should we need to. We can modify the permissions to that link. And again, if you'd like to see more about this, please watch our video around sharing and managing access to documents. But what I've done is I've gone to start a new email. So what we're going to do is we're going to draft the recipient. So I'm going to send it to myself in this case because I'm actually in a different environment. So I'm just going to go type in the email address as we normally would. Okay. Brilliant. And we're just going to send a subject and say, listen, new, or just say new document to review. Fantastic. And then I won't bore you. I'll just say, hi Fergus, check out this document. Thanks, Nigel. And this corrects that. Brilliant, nice short email. But what we want to do now is attach a document, and the document is stored within our Microsoft 365 environment, so it's stored on the cloud. So we are going to go to attach as we normally would, but there's different options we want to do here. So previously, I imagine you'd probably go browse this computer and you would navigate to the downloaded file, and that is fine, that works. But as I said, you do have to bear in mind that issue of you losing control of the document. But what we can actually do is we can go and just access and link to a document right from Outlook. So we don't have to go and generate the link beforehand. We don't have to press copy and then go and paste that link in. We can do it straight from Outlook in the context of the email that we're writing. So right away, we can actually see some of our recent documents have been suggested. So you might find right away, actually, this is what I want to share. Just click that and a link has been added to the document. And that's great. Job done. But what if the document that we want to share isn't there? Then again, let's go to attach and let's go to OneDrive. Now, this is a bit misleading, I'll agree, because when you press OneDrive, you think, actually, no, the document isn't stored in my OneDrive, it's stored in Microsoft Teams, in one of my teams. So why would I click OneDrive? Well, actually, OneDrive just allows us to jump to those other destinations. So yes, the first place we've come is to our OneDrive, and we can see lots of recent documents. So again, it might be worth just scanning through here, because interestingly enough, although it says OneDrive, these recent documents exist within Teams we have access to. So you might just find your documents here. But again, what if your document's not in this big list of recent documents? Well, then what we need to do is we need to go to groups. Now, why we're going to groups, just very briefly, a team within Microsoft Teams creates a group. So let's say we've created a human resources team. What's happened in the background is a group has been created called human resources. So again, a bit misleading. Microsoft not being very helpful with the terminology here, but groups is the same as, say, selecting teams. So if we click that, we can then see all the teams and the groups that I'm a member of. So we can see here, we've got the human resources team. So I'm going to click that. And what we're looking at now is actually the channels within the human resources team. So we've got a general, training, recruitment, and employee updates channel. And I know the document I want to share is in the recruitment channel. So we can just click on that and we can then see the documents here. So I'm actually going to select a different document because they're, let's go for this policy, for example, a Word document. Let's keep it simple. So I've got my Word document. Fantastic. Now we can select a couple here. You don't have to do it one at a time, but for this example, I'm just going to select one document. So what I want to do now is we now can just press share link. And what that would do is go and generate a link and pop it into our email. We can press send, job done. Now, if for some reason you cannot share this as a link, if it's going to a user who maybe does not have 365 or is not very technical, you can click the arrow here and you can revert to sort of an attachment how you would have previously shared it. But again, I would suggest you stick with the share link option. So what we're going to do is we're just going to press share link. So what we can see is it's actually loading a link to that document. And there we go. That's now in our email and we can see it's right there. Now what we need to do is let's go say, actually, I want to go and CC someone else. I'm going to go CC, for example, Andy into this email. And let's do that there. Now what we might need to do is I've added someone else now. We need to probably check that Andy can also access this document. And actually you will get a warning when you press send. So Outlook's quite sophisticated that actually if I press send now, it would say, hold on, one of your recipients cannot access the document. But we can go and check this ourselves by simply clicking on that link that was inserted. So we can see there that the link at the moment is for people in So365 Modern Workplace. Now, that's all very well, but I'm actually sending the email to someone outside. I'm sending to just So365, so the link wouldn't work for them. Now, again, we would be warned when we press send, but I always like to just check this myself. And if we click on that link there, we can actually go and access the link management pane, which you'll recognize if you've watched our other videos on managing access. But there's a different option when you work in Outlook, and this option is to share the link with recipients of the message. Now, again, it's always worth checking the level of access you're giving. So because it's external, I might drop it to view only. But by selecting recipients of the message, I haven't got to go and type the email addresses in again. It's gone and modified that link for me. So that link will now work. And that is it. I can just press send and we have shared that document as a link. We can go and remove that link whenever we want to remove access to Ferguson Andy. So we're keeping control of the document. Let's press send and that is it. That email sent and the link was created. And thank you ever so much for watching. That is the end of the video.